So hi guys, today kita akan discuss the last kingdom of the domain Eukaryotes, which is kingdom Animalia. So kingdom Animalia has 9 phylum that we need to remember, and some of the phylum has its own distinctive class. But it's okay, kita akan try untuk fahamkan one by one of the phylum and what's the reason behind their names. So it's a way macam kita boleh senang nak hafal benda tu. So first thing first, before we start, we actually need to know something which is about the kingdom itself, which is kingdom Animalia. So kingdom Animalia, dia ada karakteristik yang macam we all need to know, which is about dia punya level of organisation, about its germ layer, about its body plan or symmetry, the body cavity, and the last one is the segmentation or metamerism. So all the 9 phylum are associated with this general characteristic of the kingdom Animalia, but some of the phylum do have diorang punya unique characteristic. So I suggest untuk you just tengok balik dalam slide untuk tambah top up actually for the information. So jom kita tengok pada first phylum, which is phylum Porifera. Okay, the thing is, each phylum, as I mentioned before, each have their own reason behind the meaning of it. And the thing is, a concept here that kita need to know is that the given phylum is the general category for all the classes. So macam makin lama makin daripada phylum ke class, the description will be more specific. But phylum act as like macam dia punya general terms. For example, if we have 5 organism, then maybe some organism ni ada kaki, ni tak ada kaki. So kita categoriskan phylum ni phylum yang ada kaki, phylum ni phylum yang tak ada kaki. So itu konsep yang kita akan try pegang actually. Okay, so for first phylum Porifera. Phylum Porifera, kita tengok highlight dekat pori. What is a pori? Pori means porous. Badan dia, if you lukis badan dia, it actually have a pore dekat tengah-tengah ni, tapi a large one lah. And other than that, dia pun ada banyak lubang. This is also pore. This is also pore. This is also pore. Okay. And if we remember, actually dalam kingdom Prostista, if we remember the supergroup of Pisoconta, which is the conocytes, if banyak-banyak, we call it as the Proterospongia. Spongia, which is is under the phylum Porifera. Sebab dalam sponges, actually dia punya tepi-tepi ni semua ni actually made of the cell chondrocytes, banyak-banyak. Ada banyak chondrocytes. So disusun banyak-banyak ni, and that's why we define it as an a cellular level organisation. Maksudnya dia adalah protozoa dia bukan eumatozoa, dia ada Porifera is a parazoa, means that parazoa, dia tak ada dia punya level of organisation, dia tak ada no true tissue layer because it's only have cell. Dia adalah cellular level. It doesn't form any organ, it doesn't form any tissue, semua tu. So that's why porifera is the only cases of parazoa. For other phylum, it is eumatozoa, means it has a true tissue layer. Maksudnya dia dah ada tissue, and the possibility of it also has formed an organ and more complex system in their punya badan. Okay, so that's the phylum porifera. Next phylum is the phylum. It's called as the phylum. For the next phylum is called as the phylum Cnidaria. Okay, so what is Cnidaria? Cnidaria dekat sini. Cnida, it actually give out a meaning of nettle. Nettle maksudnya adalah sebagai sting hair, sting hair, or in other meaning of the words is called as a stinger. Okay. So apa yang dia katakan stinger ni? Stinger ni adalah satu bahagian, one of the body parts that are actually used to sting or to, well, it's actually cause to sting lah. Yang macam contoh, macam dekat obobo, jellyfish. Jellyfish have stinger, and that stinger contains some toxic or poison, some toxic substance that are actually used to paralyze fish, or in other cases are used as the defense mechanism. So in this phylum Cnidaria, specialnya dia possess one of the special characteristic, which is dimorphism. The meaning of dimorphism means it has two body forms. What is the meaning of two body forms? Which means this phylum, all the organism under the phylum Cnidaria can change or morph sama ada in polyp, bentuk polyp, or dalam bentuk medusa. This is polyp and this is medusa. And those are in the phylum Cnidaria, diorang boleh sama ada daripada medusa ke polyp shape or from polyp to medusa. So when I say it's Cnidaria, if you guys perasan dekat ujung-ujung ni, sinilah yang ada macam sengat Cnidaria, dia ada stinger dekat situ. Hence why it is under classification of hence why it is categorized under the phylum Cnidaria. So phylum Cnidaria has 3 classes, which is class Hydrozoa, class Scyphozoa, and last one is class Anthozoa. Okay, for Hydrozoa, hydro literally means water, and it is actually also bunyi macam hydra. So hydra pun adalah serpent, water serpent. Zoa means animal, so it is actually an organism which possess a water serpent. So macam mana bentuk dia? If you remember Hydrozoa, kita lukis macam ni je. Ni bentuk badan dia adalah bentuk polyp, and dia ada tentacle. Dia memanjang je, sebab panjang macam ni. Okay. So yang panjang ni lah yang menyebabkan dia dapat nama. Yang panjang ni is how we call it, its name as the hydro, sebab dia adalah water serpent. The shape of this macam bentuk ular, and then sebab di dalam air kan, hence di dalam air it's hydro. Dia benda nama ular, so it's hydra. Hydra, and also fun fact for the hydra, it actually are very commonly used as a mythology for in ada hydra, di mana hydra ular yang ada banyak kepala kan, dia ada banyak kepala kan. Sama juga you nampak kan macam banyak ni kan, nampak macam banyak kepala ular. So yeah, that's how to remember hydrozoa. For cyphozoa here, cypho bawa masuk loceng, bell shape, and bell shape are usually associated with jellyfish. So ni buat bentuk loceng. Ni kita punya ovo-ovo. And ni yang ujung-ujung ni lah stinger dia. Actually dekat tengah ni dia punya mulut. So that's for cyphozoa. Last one is the anthozoa. Antho, here are flower like. And flower like means kalau kita Google or anything, dia punya susunan, dia punya tentacle punya susunan tu, bentuk susunan dia nampak macam bunga. So hence why it is named as the anthozoa. Kalau kita lukis, dia adalah bentuk polip. Dia punya tentacle dia nampak macam bunga. So ni bell shape ni dia dapat datang nama dia anthozoa sebab susunan punya tentacle nampak macam bunga. So what are the similarities here yang menyebabkan ketiga-tiga organism ni is classified under the Cnidaria? Well, sekat tentacle ni semua ada stinger. Yang ni pun ada sting. Yang ni pun ada benda yang boleh sting. So each one have a common similarities yang menyebabkan diorang classified under the phylum Cnidaria. So that is the phylum Cnidaria. The third phylum, which is phylum Platyhelminthes. Okay, so Platyhelminthes, flatty sini brings out the meaning of flat. Manakala untuk helminthes literally bring out the meaning of worm. So all of these are flatworm. So yes, dalam kingdom Animalia there is a lot of worms. So apa beza dia? Flatworms mean dia flat, betul-betul flat. Dia flat. So jangan terconfuse dengan confused with the other worms. Other worms are cylindrical shape, tapi yang ni dia flat. Hence why the Platyhelminthes flatworm. Dalam Platyhelminthes, actually we need to know there is actually divided into two, which is parasitic and free living. Dalam parasitic there is 3 classes, manakala free living ada 1 classes. Okay. When I say parasitic means actually very dependent on the host. Dia perlukan host untuk hidup. For free living, it doesn't need any host to hidup. Dia bukan parasit. Okay. So dalam parasitic we have 3 classes. Class Cestoda, class Trematoda, and last one is class Monogenia. Okay. Manakala untuk free living it is only one class, which is class Turbellaria. So what are okay, macam mana kita nak kan? Okay, first we need to know in this parasitic we Trematoda dengan Monogenia. You guys boleh buat line kat sini. Sini kita akan buat ni sebagai kategori flux. What is the meaning of the flux? Flux literally mean as non-segmented body. So lagi satu ni Dia non-flux, so dia adalah segmented. Okay, so kita akan tengok kan apa what's the difference. So first, cestoda ni dia membawa masuk band, or kalau kita nak faham, bentuk dia macam ribbon. So kita lukis macam ni. Untuk monogynia dengan trematoda, you guys just lukis macam ni saja. Since it is flux, so tak payah nak buat garisan yang nampak dia macam ada segmen. But for cestoda, we need to make it segmented, so kita buat garisan macam ni. Untuk Turbellaria doesn't have any segment, so kita just lukis macam ni saja. Okay. So kembali balik pada kelas cestoda. Pen ribbon, bentuk dia kalau kita google, actually if google bentuk ni nampak macam bentuk ribbon. If you guys nampak bentuk ni macam panjang macam ni kan, you guys macam bayangkan boleh ikat ribbon dengan benda ni. Yeah, that's for the class cestoda. For class monogynia dengan trematoda, for monogynia, mono here means is alone, solo. For these cases, actually want you guys to know that for monogynia, since tiga-tiga ni parasit, menariknya only class monogynia is highly dependent on only one host. Maksudnya dia depend pada satu host saja. Contohnya yang ni, dia depends kepada host dia adalah ikan. So we have ikan. Menariknya monogynia ni is ectoparasit, so dia melekat kat luar. Ni dia melekat kat luar macam ni. So ni lah monogynia, kelas monogynia, dia melekat kat luar, and dia satu host je. Yang lain ni for class cestoda and trematoda, both are actually endoparasit. For trematoda it actually refers to, nak cakap pasal hole, actually pasal ada lubang. Okay, I give you meaning. Trema means like having. Toda means hole. It's basically having a hole. If you lukis, dia ada macam satu lubang kat sini, and then ada lagi satu lubang kat bawah ni. So this is why karakteristik dia kita panggil sebagai trematoda, having a hole. For monogynia, which dia duduk, dia is the only, macam kita ayafal monogynia, dia seorang je ectoparasit, so dia mono, dia solo. Kalau cestoda dia bentuk ribbon, macam panjang macam tu kan, adalah flat kan, macam bentuk ribbon. Okay, kalau korang confuse trematoda, well I buka Google. This is the illustration. Kalau you guys nampak kan, bahagian atas ni yang tak pasti kalau boleh, you can see like macam ada dua lubang kan. Sebab dulu scientists actually when they discover this species, they thought that this yang kat atas dengan ni actually they thought dulu yang macam benda ni dengan ni adalah lubang, but actually no, it is part of their mouth untuk, well, parasit kan, diorang kan cause the dangerous harmful parasitism. It macam contoh lah, dia nak ambil darah ke, absorb nutrients from the host itself. So that is for the trematoda. So you guys boleh hafal. And for Turbellaria is our favorite flatworm, which is planaria. Planaria adalah yang bentuk macam ni. Clusterbularia. This is Clusterbularia. This is our Platyhelminthes. Yang ni pula. Okay. I want to know that bentuk kenapa dipanggil sebagai Turbularia. Actually because dia dikategoriskan sebagai Turbularia because here Turbularia ni actually because it can create a whirlpool. Okay, macam mana dia boleh createkan a whirlpool? Okay, so kita rujuk gambar ni. If you see this picture kan, okay, screenshot gambar ni. You guys actually will perasan, nampak tak macam ada panjang apa kecil pula. Okay. So, you guys akan perasan ada macam benda macam ni kan. Benda ni actually dia bergerak. Dia macam bergerak macam bentuk ombak macam ni. And bila dia bergerak, dia akan create a whirlpool. And whirlpool ni yang tolong dia bergerak ke depan. So macam dia akan macam ni, dia boleh gerak depan sebab dia create pusaran air. Macam turbine kan. If you remember, Turbularia macam turbine. So that's for Turbularia. So what's the similarities here? Well, similarities here, semua ni flat. All worms here are flat. Bila flat means dia dalam kategori of Platyhelminthes. So that is for the phylum Platyhelminthes. Alright. Next one is phylum Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca. So, phylum Mollusca. Menariknya, okay, Mollusca here literally means soft body. Badan dia lembut. So, okay. So, dia, so we all know, direct tahu, one of the characteristic dia adalah soft body. Lagi satu karakteristik dia adalah dia protected. Kan bila dia ada badan yang lembut ni, dia mesti ada kena benda protect dia kan. So is protected by hard shell composed of calcium carbonate. Tapi kalau kita tengok kan, contoh kelas dia kan, mesti perasan ada je yang tak ada kan. Because sometimes due to evolution, shell are lost due to evolution. Sometimes the shell are internalized. Maksudnya shell tu can be found inside the body of the organism itself. But other than that, kita just we all just directly know that bila kita cakap pasal soft body organism that have soft body, we just okay, Mollusca, phylum Mollusca. Okay, so phylum Mollusca has 3 classes, which is class Gastropoda, class Cephalopoda, and last one are the class Bivalvia. Okay, menariknya yang ni semua actually very easy to understand and very easy to remember. Okay, for Gastropoda, let us divide this word as gastro and poda. Any words yang refer to poda ni actually are kaki. So gastro ni is stomach, and poda means food. For cephalopoda, cepha and poda. Cepha means head, poda means food. For bivalvia, bi means 2, valvia means valve, or in simple words adalah macam door. Okay, before I nak emphasize for this word cepha. Since cepha means head, kita kena tahu juga konsep of cephalization. So do you guys probably know about cephalization, or kalau tak tahu, it's okay, I just quickly explain what this is. Cephalization here means that sense organs are concentrated at the anterior ends or at head. Sebab kenapa? Well, literally the meaning of cepha here are literally masuk di head. So kita cuba fikir logik. When it says sense organ are concentrated at the anterior ends, okay, we are literally referring to the nervous system, the central nervous system. Contoh kan, dekat manusia, we have kepala, kan? Okay. And kepala, it has brain. Kita ada otak. This is our brain. So since our brain are there at the head, so a lot of our sense organ, our telinga, our taste, our eyes, our nose, semua ni are located at the head. Sebab tak dekat dengan otak. Semua ni very so banyak focusing on the head itself. So this is what we call as the cephalization, because there's a lot of the sense organ that are concentrated at the anterior end. Atau anterior ends refers to macam organism which kan kita divide, kita ada anterior, posterior, semua dorsal, ventral kan. For the anterior end dia ada like brain like or ganglia. Dekat sini lah ada macam banyak sense organ dekat situ. So that's literally the meaning of the cephalization. Now back to our classes gastropoda, stomach, food. Satu-satunya adalah snail. Now kenapa snail di bawah kategori of gastropoda? Well actually, okay, dalam punya cengkerang ni ada perut. Dia ada perut dia. Bawah ni kan kaki, food. Perasan tak stomach ni betul-betul di atas kaki. So yeah, gastropoda. That's it. So apa-apa organism that macam ada perut dia betul-betul atas kaki, well that is classified as a class gastropoda. For cephalopoda head dengan foot ni, it actually means kepala dia bercantum dengan kaki. Okay, contohnya yang macam kita tahu adalah sotong ataupun korita ke, salah. Kan dia ada dia punya tentacle ni kan, tentacle ni dia punya kaki. Ni mata. You guys akan perasan dia punya kepala ni literally bersambung dengan kaki dia. This is dia punya head, cepha. Kaki, pedo, poda. So cephalopoda. So ya, tu je. Bivalvia pula kita akan tengok oyster kerang I think clam lah I think. You guys akan perasan dia kan ada soft body, betul tak? And then dia akan ada macam satu bukaan sini. So these are what we call as valve or door. And since ada dua kan, satu valve, dua valve, yeah, so it has two valve. Or kalau kita nak nampak cool sikit, bivalvia. So that's why it's under category of class bivalvia, because it has these two valve. Now what apa yang classifykan actually all these three organism under this phylum mollusca? Remember balik, mollusca literally means soft body. So siput dia punya ni soft kan, soft body kan. Sotong literally badan dia semua soft body. Oyster dalam ni soft body. So yeah, that is why it is classified under the phylum mollusca. Moving on to phylum Annelida. Now, what is the phylum Annelida? Annelida pula di sini literally means as membawa maksud daripada Greek word of annulus. Dan annulus means littering. Okay, bila kita cakap pasal littering, kita kena tahu ni bukan flat verb. dia bentuk cylindrical. Ingat balik kan, okay, dia cincin in 3D. Lepas tu bayangkan dia ada banyak cincin. So literally kalau kita gabung kan, nampak bentuk apa? Bentuk cylindrical. And kan you guys perasan tak, dia macam bila ada cincin ni, dia macam divide dia punya body region, dia punya bahagian badan kan. Dia macam ada segment. So dia ada segmentation. Segmentation. So auto direct tahu. Now littering ni datang daripada ni lah, sebab dia ada macam bentuk cincin kat sini. Okay, so Annelida has 3 classes, which is class Oligochaeta, class Polychaeta, dan kelas Hirudinea. Now, okay, before I start, I want to know, nak korang tahu juga, dalam filem Annelida, cacing ni dia ada satu special structure. Okay, contoh ni cacing. Ingat balik, dia Annelida littering, dia ada ring, dia ada segmentation. Some of its body parts will have macam ada bulu halus, or chitinous hair-like structure, ataupun nama dia adalah chaeta. This is chaeta. Okay, kenapa benda ni penting? Well, it's actually very useful untuk kita hafal. Okay, now we have Oligochaeta, Polychaeta dengan Hirudinea. Okay, for Oligochaeta, I want you to divide Oligo dengan Chaeta. Where Chaeta ni, this is Chaeta. But what is the literal meaning of Oligo? Oligo literally means few. Kalau poly, remember polypeptida, polymonomers, polymonomers pula, polypeptida, polynucleotide, semua benda tu lah. Poly tu referring many, banyak. Chaeta, well, this. So, macam mana kita nak buat? Okay, first, before that, and then last one is a Hirudinea. Hirudin literally means leech. Like, ni selalunya leech like shape. So, apa-apa bentuk nampak macam pacak kan, contoh pacak kan. So, it's under category of Hirudinea. First thing first, we need to lukis macam mana? Kita lukis worm. Ni worm, ni pun worm. Ingat, semua ni kategori of Annelida sebab dia ada littering, semua ada segmentation. Ni pun ada segmentation. Cuma yang ni, okay, kita lukis je macam bentuk macam ni. Dia gemuk sikit. Sebab benda pacak kan. Okay, untuk Oligochaeta dan Polychaeta, boleh kita cakap few chaeta. Well, dia ada sikit je lah chaeta dia. Kalau Polychaeta, well, dia ada banyak. That's all. Tu je sebenarnya. Hirudinea bentuk dia macam leech, so it's basically macam pasal bentuk lah. Polychaeta, well, dia ada banyak. Oligochaeta, well, dia ada sikit. Tu je. Dan apa persamaan semua ni? Well, semua persamaan ni, bentuk ni ada littering. This littering, hence why nama dia Annelida. So that's why 3 kelas ni dalam filem Annelida. Moving on to filem cacing lagi. The last one, cacing, which is filem Nematoda. Okay, Nematoda literally means macam benang, thread. Okay, so cacing, so Nematoda bawa masuk kepada benang ataupun thread. So bila kita cakap macam benang ni maksud dia halus. Kalau kita lukis kan, halus je. Okay, lagi satu dia bukan flat. It's actually a cylindrical tapi dia kecil. And then dia have taper ends. Apa maksud taper ends? Taper ends tu means that dia punya ni, dia akan start menghujung, dia kecil hujung dia, makin mengecil. So this is what we call as taper at both ends. Sebab ni hujung dua-dua ni akan menghujung jadi bucu macam ni. So taper at both ends. And there's only one, and nematode is usually associated with the parasite. One of it are Burgia malayi, species Burgia malayi, which can cause elephantiasis. Elephantiasis ataupun nama penyakit lain dia adalah lymphatic filariasis. Usually kaki kita, kaki manusia adalah kaki macam ni. But bila Burgia malayi ni datang serang, kaki kita akan macam besar macam ni. Nampak macam bentuk kaki gajah. So hence why nama dia elephantiasis. So why this occur? Well, because nama dia adalah lymphatic filariasis. Parasite ini dia serang kita punya lymph nodes yang menyebabkan lymph node ni tak berfungsi, and thus it cannot transport the body fluid yang kita ingat balik, intracellular fluid semua tu untuk dipam balik ke dalam jantung kita. Hence why dia punya fluid ni akan terkumpul dekat kita punya intracellular space. Hence why dia punya kaki dia membesar macam tu. So there is 4 phylum nematode. They're very easy. Next one are the phylum Arthropoda. Okay, so phylum Arthropoda, we need like a bit more detail, especially sebab dia banyak classes. There is 1, 2, 3, I think there's 6 classes if not mistaken. Okay, phylum Arthropoda. What is the literary meaning of Arthropoda? Okay, nampak tak ada poda? Poda means food. Kita ingat balik poda. Food. Manakala Arthropoda pula Arthropoda membawa kepada maksud jointed. Kaki dia macam bercantum. So apa yang bila kita cakap kaki jointed foot ni, well, okay, bayangkan kaki dari sini, dia macam dia cantum together kaki dia, macam ni. Nampak tak dia macam ada jointed kan? Dia macam kaki ni dia cantum together, ada orang cantumkan. So that is why this is semua kelas ni semua dia ada kaki dia macam ni. Hence why nama dia adalah phylum Arthropoda. Okay, kita ada 6 classes, then kita akan try satu-satu. First is class Crustacea. I tak pandai sangat nak sebut. But the literal meaning of this Crustacea is for shell. Okay, contoh dia adalah seperti udang. Dia kan ada ni I tak pandai lukis, sorry. Macam ni kan. So dia ada ekor dia. Okay, ni kat belakang ni adalah shell dia, hard shell. Okay, kaki dia adalah jointed. Ni macam ni. So you guys akan perasan, lah jointed feet. Hence why dia adalah dalam phylum Arthropoda. But bila kita classify kan, okay, ni dalam phylum Arthropoda dia ada jointed feet tapi dia ada shell. So dia is under category of Crustacea. Okay, so that is udang. Second class is class Merostomata. Okay, first Mero dengan stomata. Mero means tight ataupun peha. dalam bahasa kita kan, peha. Stomata means mulut, mouth. Basically dia nak cakap mulut ni dia dekat dengan bahagian peha kaki. And one of the example are the horseshoe crab. This is our horseshoe crab. This is horseshoe crab. Okay, kalau kita terbalik kan, dia kan ada shell kan, tapi bila kita terbalik kan, ni punya shell, punya ekor, ni kaki dia adalah jointed. Sebab tu dia dalam phylum Arthropoda. Ni jointed. Okay, dia punya mulut is actually dekat sini. And you perasan tak, mulut ni dia dekat je dengan bahagian peha kaki. Hence why dia nama dia Merostomata, kelas Merostomata. Okay, okay, tu classes. Okay, kelas ketiga pula adalah kelas yang ni dua ni kita boleh compare sebab dia very easy. Kelas Chilopoda and kelas Diplopoda. Okay, remember poda ni means kaki. Foot. Okay. Cuma yang ni, okay, Chilo dengan Diplo ni beza sikit. Diplo means two, manakala Chilo ni adalah jaw. Why jaw? Okay, first kita lukis dulu dua buat panjang macam ni. Both ni adalah segmented. Semua ni segmented actually. This phylum is segmented. Semua ni ada segmen dia masing-masing. Contoh ni ada segmen dia, udang ada segmen dia, ni ada segmen. Okay, Chilopoda dia datang, kalau kita tengok lipan kan, bahagian kat depan dia macam ada satu, macam kita ingat kaki panjang kat depan tu kan. No, it's actually dia punya jaw. So kita macam jaw foot, nampak dia macam jaw foot. And it's actually ada juga kaki kat depan ni yang bertindak sebagai dia punya jaw juga. Dia tolong sebagai dia punya mulut. So hence dia punya jaw foot. Now for Diplopoda, I think you guys boleh tengok macam ni kan. Okay, Chilopoda, Diplopoda. Diplopoda means 2 foot, means satu segmen tu ada 2 foot per segmen. Kalau Chilopoda 1 foot per segmen. So tengok Chilopoda, Diplopoda. Chilopoda di satu, 1 foot per segmen. Diplopoda 2 foot. So 2 foot per segmen. Tapi ingat kaki dia kaki yang jointed. So buatlah macam ni. So itu dia sama, ni pun ada jointed foot. Macam tu. Nampak kan? 2, 1. Satu kaki per segmen, 2 kaki per segmen. So contoh ni adalah ulat gonggong. Okay, so 4 kelas lah. Okay, kelas kelima adalah kelas Insecta. Kelas Insecta is very important. So just tengok sini. Insecta sini is kind of bunyi dia macam dissect kan. Okay, sebab actually is class Insecta ni special, is the only class that I only have 3 body region. Yang lain semua ni ada ni 2. This only have 2 body region. Ni pun ada 2 body region. Ni ada banyak kan. 2 body region. This cephalothorax abdomen. Bahagian ni cephalothorax abdomen. Cephalothorax abdomen. For Insecta dia ada 3 body region. So contohnya kita ambil belalang. Kita ada bahagian kepala, kita bahagian kepala, kita ada bahagian thorax, and then kita ada bahagian abdomen dia. And kaki, ingat kaki dia adalah kaki yang jointed. Okay. Okay. And then you guys boleh perasan macam kita boleh dissect dekat sini. So kita boleh dissect sini, dissect sini, dissect sini. Hence that is for the Insecta. Ni body, ni head, ni thorax. This is the abdomen. So insert ta. It is very special. Literally memang you kena fokus sebab kelas insecta is the most successful class in this phylum Arthropoda. You guys need to know why, kan, kenapa dia successful. But for now, kita just kita tahu insecta, belalang semua ni, kan. Okay, the last one are class Arachnida. Literally Arachnida means laba-laba, spider. And bila kita tengok, specialnya ia literally refers to any organism with eight leg organism. Maksudnya apa-apa yang ada 8 kaki. So macam contoh, kan, other than laba-laba, kaki dia jointed. So ni kaki dia jointed tau. So sebab yelah, kenapa dia bawa phylum Arthropoda, kan, kaki dia lah. Ni laba-laba. Lagi contoh, macam contoh kalajengking. Ni dia punya ekor dia 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ni kalajengking. You guys akan perasan dia ada 8 kaki. Ni pun ada 8 kaki. Okay. Now, what are the similarities? Jointed leg. Ingat balik, Arthropoda literally means jointed leg. Mana udang sini ada jointed leg. Ni jointed leg dia. Yang ni jointed leg dia. Ni laba-laba dia jointed leg. Ini pun ada jointed leg dia. So that's why dia dalam phylum Arthropoda. Okay, sikit lagi nak habis. We move on to the phylum Echinodermata. Okay, phylum Echinodermata, kita divide dia kepada Echinodermata. Echino means spine, dermata skin, macam epidermis layer. Okay, so spine skin maksudnya dekat bawah kulit dia ada spine. And kita akan tengok lah. So dia ada 5 classes. Class Asteroidea, we have class Holoturoidea, we have class Crinoidea, we have class Ophiuroidea, and then kita have class Echinoidea. So for asteroidea, okay, kita boleh pecahkan semua ni, senang je. Aster means star. Star-like shape. Kalau Holoturoidea, Holoturoidea ni dia menarik sikit. Holo ni means whole, violet. Kenapa? Okay, itu nanti. For Crinoidea ni adalah bentuk lily like. For Ophiuroidea pula, Ophiuroidea means serpent tail. Ni untuk Ophiuroidea. Manakala yang last one is Echinoidea. Echinoid ni means hedgehog ataupun spiny. Macam ni lah, Echinodermata, kan mana tadi? Echinodermata spine. Echinoidea spiny hedgehog. Okay, dalam asteroidia we have starfish. Bentuk dia macam bentuk bintang. That's why nama dia adalah asteroidia. And kalau perasan ada macam bam-bam kan, ada macam banyak bam-bam macam ni. Bam ni sebab bawah ni ada spine. Ni ada spine dia. Ni spine, ni skin dia. Tu je. Manakala untuk holothuridia pula, whole violin, salah satu dia adalah sea cucumber. Sea cucumber dia ada juga macam bam macam ni. Dia ada macam bentuk bulat-bulat macam ni kan. Sebab yelah, bawah ni ada spine dia. Bawah skin ada spine. And dia dapat namanya, if we decide to touch this sea cucumber, dia akan release dia punya usus dia. Dia akan ooze out dia punya usus dia as a defense mechanism. And cara dia buat tu is very violent sebab it literally use force all his usus dia untuk keluar. Hence why scientist name is a holothuridia, whole violent. Benda ni memang violent. Untuk kelas crinoidea pula, which is lily-like. Untuk kelas crinoidea, bentuk dia adalah bentuk lili. Sebab bunga dia punya sesuai nampak macam bunga lili. Okay, kalau perasan kan, ni kan kat sini semua dia macam bentuk spine. Ni spine. So yelah, dekat sini lah bentuk dia nampak macam bentuk lili. So that's why it's called as crinoidea, lily-like. For Ophiuroidea pula, serpentine, dia bentuk dia dah macam asteroidea. Tapi bila cakap serpentine, kita buat macam lukis macam ni je. And then dia macam panjang macam ni, macam bentuk ekor ular. Okay, ni bam. Ni kan dekat dia punya ni pun ada macam benda tajam-tajam macam ni. Ialah sebab ada spine under the skin. Hence why dia bawah kategori of echinodermata. Sama. Manakala untuk echinoidea, which is hedgehog spring, it's actually macam sea urchin kan. Sea urchin dia tajam macam ni. So banyak spine macam ni kan. Itu je. So apa yang kita dapat dekat sini, all of this, semua ni ada spine. Ni spine. Ni semua ada spine. Ni pun ada spine. So all of these are under the category of echinodermata because it has spine under the skin. Last one is the phylum Chordata. Now, what is the meaning of the chordata? Chordata literally means as having or having a chord. Okay, chord ni kita bayangkan ada gitar kan. Kita ada gitar kan, ada string kan. String ni kan fleksibel, betul tak? Ni lah dia kita punya chord. So it's basically having a flexible spring punya chord. So that is why it's called chordata. For chordata, we need to know that chordata dia ada special characteristic dia, which is having a notochord, having a dorsal tubular nerve cord, pharyngeal pouches or slits, and post-anal tails, and last one are myotomes. Since kat myotomes ni actually kan dia punya masa dia macam ada line-line ni kan. So ada segmentation. So all the phylum of all the animals under phylum Chordata is segmentation. So bila kita lukis all the characteristic here, kita lukis. Okay, ni mulut dia. Ni mulut kan. This is what we call as the pharyngeal pouches. And then ada slits kat sini. These slits. Ni adalah tail, post-anal tails. This is anus. Dekat sini adalah muscle, myotomes. Myotomes ada segmen macam ni. Atas ni literally ada kita punya notochord. Nampak dia nipis macam bentuk string. Atas notochord ni adalah dorsal tubular nerve cord. So this is the characteristic of the chordata. Phylum Chordata has 4 subphylum. So phylum, bawah ni ada subphylum, bawah subphylum pula ada classes. Okay, so ada 4 subphylum, which is subphylum Urochordata, Hemichordata, Cephalochordata, and last one is literally as vertebrata. Okay, first thing first, semua benda yang kita belajar, literally all the phylum here, starting from the phylum Porifera until the phylum Echinodermata, all of it are invertebrata. Tapi but starting from the chordata, it will become vertebrata. So, okay, kenapa ada 4 subphylum ni? Well, because probably some of the subphylum here tak cukup 5 karakteristik ni. Hence why kita categorize dia kepada, okay, mungkin ni Urochordata, this is a Hemichordata, Cephalochordata. But for the last one, subphylum Vertebrata, it is a complete one. Dia ada 5 karakteristik. So for Vertebrata, it will have around ada 6 classes. And it's okay, I think. Vertebrata literally means tulang belakang, backbone. Mana datang vertebrata ni? Daripada notochord ni akan undergo some evolution that will form a vertebrae. Okay, so first classes kita boleh compare class chondri, cytis, if not mistaken, chondritis dengan kelas ostitis. Okay. Bezanya actually apa-apa yang ada perkataan tis ni literally means fish. Ini membawa kepada masuk fish. Ini adalah fish. For chondri and osteo, chondri means cartilage, manakala osteo mula adalah bone. Cartilage fish and bone fish. Okay, kita lukis dua ikan. Okay, tengok dua ni. Satu ni ada slit, satu ni dia ada macam ni, and then dia ada macam benda ni. Okay, first thing first, what are these? These are slits. Dia tak ada operculum. Operculum adalah benda yang tolong coverkan slits tu. Manakala for osteotis, dia ada operculum. Operculum ni benda yang tutupkan slit. Dan lagi satu, yang ni ada swim bladder ataupun air sac. Ikan ni cartilage tak ada. So that's why ikan ni bila tak ada, it's very hard to keep the buoyancy. Dia kena banyak berenang untuk maintain the buoyancy. For osteocytes, dia ada asset, so it can keep maintain the buoyancy. So dia boleh je nak maintain at many level of the sea water easily. Dia tak senang nak tenggelam. And then dia boleh je it's kind of like that. So that's all for 2. Third one are amphibia. Amphibia literally membawa maksud kepada to life, means organism that can live into life. Maksudnya contoh dia dalam air and atas darat. And our friendly are actually katak. Katak kan waktu dia kecil dia survive dalam air, bila dia dah besar dia akan survive kat atas darat. So it can live into different life, means it is amphibia. For reptilia membawa maksud kepada crawling, merangkak. So apa-apa yang merangkak can be classified as under reptilia. Contohkan ular dia punya gerakan dia kan mengesot. Dia punya mengesot tu nampak macam crawling. Hence why they classify snake as the class reptilia. Contoh seperti buaya and cicak, semua tu is under the category of the reptilia. Next one are the class aves. Aves membawa maksud kepada burung, which is bird. So any organism that are feather, they have wings, inilah yang kita classify as birds are under the class Aves. The last one are the Mammalia. Mammalia means having a milk gland. Maksudnya milk gland, okay, contoh kan, kita ambil contoh, we have kucing ada milk gland untuk susukan anak dia. Lembu, even manusia pun ada. So hence why we are classified as under Mammalia, and this is where us Homo sapiens, the human itself, comes which is under the class Mammalia. So class Mammalia under the subphylum Vertebrata, which is under the phylum Chordata, which is under the domain Eukaryotes. So cuma Mammalia ni kita kena tahu dia ada 3 jenis, dan dia punya pembahagian dia adalah berdasarkan how they maintain the it's how they have their own offspring. Dia ada 3. First thing first, Mammalia ni dia special, dia ada 3 specialities dia. First, you have 3 middle ear bones. Dekat telinga ada 3 tulang, tiny bone, yang lepas eardrum tu kan ada 3 tulang yang akan bekerjasama untuk send the vibration to the kita punya cochlea tolong convert those vibrations into the nerve impulse. Second, it has hair, maksudnya ada bulu, we have rambut. And the last one is basically the mammary gland, maksudnya dia ada milk gland. And then untuk Mammalia, it can be divided further into 3, and the division of these depends on this. First are monotremes, marsupials, and last one is euterian. Monotremes literally masuk egg laying. Marsupials mean pouches, macam contoh kangaroo dia ada pouches. And last one are placental. Placental means dia ada placenta yang akan provide nutrients for the fetus, provide the nutrients semua tu. So us humans dekat bawah mana is we are actually under the euterian, because our mom have placenta during pregnancy, which is where fetus given nutrients. So that's all for the kingdom animal. We have finished the kingdom animal. So I hope semua banyak membantu, dan gulam hafal. Just tengok je lah semua tu. You guys boleh je refer to my notes. I ada send notes, and then you guys mungkin je nak top up ke situ. Okay, so that's all. Bye.